Oh my God. Also, actually, I forgot about this until just now. When I was growing up, there was that infamous Six Flags commercial guy. Do you remember who I'm talking about? I really liked those commercials, like way back in the day. And then I heard in the newspaper that somebody got beheaded at Six Flags. This is a very long time ago now. And so for the rest of my life, I thought Six Flags was the most unsafe place in the world. So I was kind of scared going to Six Flags. Even though I went recently, and clearly everybody else goes and nobody else has gotten beheaded, to my knowledge. I was still kind of freaked out about that when I went on the roller coasters. I made sure not to poke my head too far up on my seat. And at least there were people who were taller than me. So I was like, you know what? If there's people taller than me, then they're going to be beheaded instead of me, right? Just in case anything goes wrong. At least the taller people will go first. Maybe not the best way to think about it, but sorry, taller people, for having you be the sacrifice. Okay, Astroworld. Let's do this. Let me know how audio is, by the way. Texas. Hello.
In the late 1950s, Texas-based property developer Angus G. Wynn Jr. visited the newly opened Disneyland in Anaheim, California. After seeing the full potential of theme parks, Wynn decided that he would create his own in the Lone Star State. This led to the development of Six Flags Over Texas, which would open in
Oh, wait, I didn't know. I've never thought about when Six Flags became a thing. Okay, so it was inspired by Disney? That's really funny. Okay, so I have been to Disney before, and I think Disney is very good at like creating atmosphere and creating storytelling through the environment, which is like why it's so popular, because they're so good at that. And Six Flags is not. When I went to Six Flags in California, it was so disappointing with the theming and nothing made sense. It was really rinky-dinky. Like, the rides are really cool and really fun, but the theming of the rides and like the areas in Six Flags were so fucking whack. But they have like very interesting, unique themes at least.
Arlington in August of 1961. The name Six Flags came from the 6 nations that have governed Texas: Spain, France, Mexico, the Republic of Texas, the Confederate States of America, and the United States of America. These would also operate as the park's 6 themed lands, all of which would contain simple attractions and shows. Six Flags Over Texas was a success, and Wynn quickly began the development of a second park. In June of 1967, Six Flags Over Georgia would open outside of Atlanta. Just 4 years later, in June of 1971,
they're wearing the classic
Six Flags Over Mid-America would debut in St. Louis, Missouri. This would be the last full-fledged amusement park in the United States to be constructed by the company, and every Six Flags to open after 1971 was an acquisition of a pre-existing park. The first of these would come in.
Oh, really? So they built over pre-existing parks to make more Six Flags? Is that what that means? Miracle Weep, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the guild. Welcome.
1975, with Six Flags rebranding a young park located in the heart of Houston, Texas.
Oh. Whoa, cool Western intro. As a Frenchie, I've been summoned. Oh, welcome in, French. Welcome in, the French. I was just talking about the French. I don't remember what themes the Six Flags I went to had. I think there was like Looney Tunes and dinosaurs? No, not dinosaurs.
This crowd of more than 50,000 attending a Houston Astros baseball game in the world's largest air-conditioned room is but one example of the reason more than 4 million persons annually attend all kinds of events and visitor tours in the Astrodome.
Oh, that must have been so nice with air conditioning. Man, that electric bill, oh my God, it's probably in the bajillions of dollars.
1960s, Judge Roy Hoffhines, a former mayor of the city of Houston, spent over $30 million to construct a sports stadium for the Houston Astros baseball team. The complex would be named the Astrodome, which, like the Astros, was given its name in honor of the newly constructed Manned Spacecraft Center. Due to the scorching climate of coastal Texas, Hoffhines decided to make the Astrodome covered, creating the world's first fully domed sports stadium. The Astrodome opened in 1965 to much fanfare, being hailed as the 8th wonder of the world for its unique and impressive design. After the success of the stadium, Hofheinz saw potential in a larger entertainment complex, which he would call the Astrodomain. This was to include a convention center named the Astro Hall, on-property hotels, and a brand new amusement park named Astroworld.
Oh, he's doing
Hofheinz
super.
wasted no time.
I see the Disney influence on him immediately. This is very Disney coded with like the expansion, creating like one place for you to go to basically for all the Astro stuff. I see it. I see the influence.
Purchasing additional land on Houston's Loop 610 and beginning development on the Astrodomain. The plans for Hofheinz theme park were finalized in January of 1967.
Ooh,
in the fall of that same
diorama.
year, Hofheinz would announce the park to the public. He touted that the park would become the world's greatest tourist attraction, with the potential of 1.5 million guests every year. Hofheinz had consulted with management at Disneyland Park as well as Six Flags Over Texas in an attempt to avoid issues that the parks faced during their openings. Hofheinz had purchased around 115 acres of land on the other side of the interstate from the Astrodome, and only around 57 acres of the plot would be used for the park at opening, with plenty of room to expand. Astroworld was designed by architect and Hollywood art director Randall Dwell. After spending decades as a designer on many famous Hollywood films, Dwell would create a firm that would combine his architectural skill and cinematic techniques. I don't think I know any of these movies. With this, he and his associates would go on to design a large number of U.S. theme parks, including Six Flags Over Texas. Designing Astroworld was not going to be Dwell's easiest assignment, and many obstacles were clear from the start. The first issue with the area was that the ground was particularly wet and swampy. This required over a million cubic yards of dirt to be brought in to fill the foundation in order to prevent flooding.
I would have thought that the dirt was like really dry and hard and crusty, not swampy.
Also, Loop 610 separated the park from the rest of the Astrodomain, so a private bridge would be built across the interstate in order to allow guests parking on the Astrodome side to walk to Astroworld.
That must have been
expensive.
At one
point, discussion of a monorail loop for the Astrodomain properties was discussed, but this never came to fruition. Finally, Houston's heat would bring out the innovator in Hofheinz once again. He, Dwell, and the air conditioning company Carrier would create an elaborate outdoor cooling system, in which fans blowing cold water would be placed throughout the park, blending in with the theming. The park received elaborate landscaping, giving Astroworld lush greenery that was rarely seen in the area. As for the layout, Dwell divided the park into 8 themed areas: American Square, Oriental Corner, Plaza de Fiesta, Children's World, Western Junction, European Village, Alpine Valley, and Maudeville. The American Square was the park's entrance. It was similar in design and function to Disneyland's Main Street USA, with a variety of shops and eateries placed throughout the area. Oriental Corner featured a station for the park's train, the 610 Limited, the Black Dragon, an octopus-style carnival ride, and a station for the Astroway, Astroworld's own skyway attraction. Plaza de Fiesta was home to the Lost World Adventure, a Jungle Cruise-style boat ride that took guests along the river and featured narrating skippers and animated figures. Children's World, as the name implies, featured attractions for younger children. These included the Maypole, a teacups ride, a playground featuring an enormous boot slide, a petting zoo, and the Rub-a-Dub.
A petting zoo? That's so cute.
Boat ride themed after nursery rhymes. The Western Junction featured another train station for the 610 Limited, as well as the Crystal Palace Theater, reserved mainly for Western-themed stage shows. The area also included a Wild West shooting gallery, a Chance Trabant carnival ride named Wagon Wheel, and the Mill Pond bumper boats. The European Village prominently featured the Astro Needle, originally named Skyrama. This 340 feet tall double-decker Intamin gyro tower slowly lifted guests into the air, gently spinning in order to give them a view of the park and surrounding area.
Wait, is it going to drop them at high velocity?
This was considered to be the park's centerpiece. Also located in the European section was the La Taxi,
I guess not.
a French car ride that allowed guests to drive around a track and through
I guess it was just a nice
Alpine Valley featured a carousel,
viewing experience.
the other station for the Astroway, and Astroworld's most complex ride, the Alpine Sleigh Ride. This thrilling dark ride took guests in sleighs in and around the mountain, named Der Hofheinsberg. From the outside, guests could view the large structure, with its snowy peaks and gushing waterfall. The ride itself utilized state-of-the-art technology. On the way up the mountain, guests would pass the Echo Tunnel, with a sign encouraging them to yodel into it. They would eventually reach a second tunnel, hearing what they had shouted before. This was executed with a microphone in the first tunnel, recording the sounds onto a specially developed tape. It was perfectly timed to play the recording in a second tunnel just as guests reached it. The next effect came after a steep drop into the mountain.
That's really cool technology. I like that.
In a section nicknamed the Blasting
That
Tunnel.
would have blown my mind.
Strobe lights would brightly flash, disorienting riders. They would then fly past the scene of a miner with explosives next to a boarded-up tunnel. Guests would dip and turn, eventually making their way past a film projection of an avalanche. After this,
Ooh.
guests would come face to face with an abominable snowman.
Wait, is that just a guy? They just have a guy in a Yeti outfit?
Played by a park employee in a crude costume.
Oh my
The entire
god.
ride was inspired by
I forgot we didn't start off with animatronics. I forgot technology had to work its way up to that.
Disneyland's Matterhorn bobsleds. The addition of the
That
monster
seems like an
actually
awesome,
predated Disneyland's
awesome
animatronic
job.
by a decade. The next section guests would enter was the cold room, complete with falling ice and
Cold
freezing
room.
temperatures. This effect was made
Ooh,
possible by the
bird.
air conditioning of Carrier, and the cold room was the attraction's biggest draw, especially on the hottest days of the summer. After making their way through the room, guests would take a final steep drop, returning them to the loading station. The attraction was by far the most unique and heavily themed experience at Astroworld. It would open 3
That's
weeks
really
after the park due to
cool. That seems like
construction
a
delays.
really
The ride would unsurprisingly experience a
awesome
variety of
ride.
technical difficulties over time,
Aw,
causing the removal
no.
of many of the original effects, including the abominable snowman, which
No.
only lasted a few years due to poor guest-to-monster relations. Finally, the Maudeville section
Poor guest to monster relations. Couldn't they have just replaced? Did they replace it with an animatronic? What kind of relation was the monster supposed to have with the guests? Like, what? Yeah, what happened? What did the monster do? Or what did the guests do? Did they like punch it or something? Did somebody like get out of their seat and like attack the guy or something? I can see that happening. People get crazy at theme parks. They lose their minds.
of the park consisted of a variety of flat rides. These included a double-lift Ferris wheel, the Astro Wheel, a scrambler ride, the Happening,
Scrambler.
and another tracked auto ride named Spinout. Astroworld came with a high price tag, around $25 million, but it seemed that it was well worth the cost. Hofheinz and Dwell's attention to detail rivaled that of Disney, and the assortment of attractions built before the park's debut was impressive to say the least.
I feel like it is comparable.
With Astroworld completed, it was time to open the wonderful world of fun for its first season.
How could this have ever gone wrong? It's Texas, so they shot the monster in self-defense. Jesus Christ. Not the Yeti. Oh, they even got jugglers. What is the juggler to guest relationship looking like? This is a really cute song, too. It's a cute
Astroworld
theme
opened its
song.
gates to the public on June 1st, 1968. The park saw around 50,000 guests in its first weekend, receiving rave
good?
reviews for its theming, its attractions, and especially its air conditioning. Astroworld was another success for Hofheinz and the
One of the top 3 things you need for a successful theme park. Number 1, food. Number 2, reasonable prices. Number 3, air conditioning. Damn Yeti took my wife. Do you think that happened? The Yeti took his wife. No wonder they had bad relations. They had too good of a relation. Their relations were too good.
Astro Domain, and the planned expansions to the park went forward. The Oriental Corner would receive 2
Oh, a
new
log
rides from Aero
ride.
Development, a log flume named the Bamboo Chute, and a junior coaster named Serpent. The park would
Cool.
receive its first new themed land in 1970. Fun Island was located in the lagoon in the center of the park and
Oh,
would
that
feature
looks
2
like it'd be so
attractions,
fun.
a tilted house named the Wacky Shack, and a roller coaster named the Swamp Buggy Ride. This was Chance Industries' signature toboggan coaster. The style was usually
Wow.
portable, with the simple ride lifting guests vertically through the coaster's center and then letting gravity spiral the cars down.
That looks so
Astroworld's version was
cool.
unique in that the coaster was designed
And
to look like a giant
terrifying.
tree. In 1972, another
That's
new land,
sick.
Country Fair, opened. This expansion cost around $1.5 million, as it included Astroworld's first big coaster, the Dexter Freebish electric
Ooh.
roller ride. This aero minecart reached a height of 80 feet and featured a 60-foot drop. A new carousel,
No,
a walk-through
no, no,
museum
no,
of time
no.
period antiques,
Not
and
for
a bumper
me.
car ride named the Dare Fender Bender also premiered in the area. Astroworld's official mascot, Marvel McFay, made his first appearance around
What the hell is
this
that?
time. The character would soon
Oh my god, it's a guy. Oh my god, it's Chuck E. Cheese. Wait, look on the left. It's Chuck E. Cheese, but what? Why's he got raggedy pants? Oh, this is Chuck E. Cheese's first gig before he left and started his own company. I see, that makes sense. Before he hit it big, this is what he was. He looks cuter like this.
get his own theater with stage shows in Children's World. The park was filling out quite nicely, adding shops and restaurants, renovating
sounds like
rides,
so much
and switching
fun,
out the
this
smaller
park.
attractions every so often. The park had become part of Houston, and the locals looked forward to its operating season each year. However, whether guests had asked for it or not, change was on its way.
Oh, so it wasn't open all the time? That's a weird system. Dolphins! Wow, this park had it all. Astroworld. Wait, it's only open on the weekends. Oh, interesting.
The biggest change to Astroworld in its early years came in 1975. Less than a decade after the park opened, Hoffheinz, hindered by health and financial issues, decided to lease Astroworld to Six Flags with an option to purchase, which the company would do before the 1976 season. Being their first acquired park, Six Flags was eager to make it their own. In 1976, the Coney Island area would open in Astroworld. This would bring a new theater and a fan-favorite coaster, the Texas Cyclone. Six Flags had considered relocating Coney Island Cyclone to Houston, but after factoring in the cost of transporting the existing ride, decided to build a new attraction based off the classic coaster. Reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour and dropping guests 92 feet, the wooden coaster was one of the largest of its kind when it opened. The Texas Cyclone dazzled guests and critics, and it made the park a must for many thrill seekers. The Texas Cyclone would soon be labeled the #1 coaster in the world. In 1978, the Shuttle Loop coaster Grease Lightning opened in the Western Junction. This coaster, manufactured by Anton Schwarzkopf, featured one large loop that the train would travel through once forward after launch, and then again backwards. 2 years later in 1980, Astroworld would receive another major expansion.
I think I've been on a roller coaster like that, where you go forward and then you go backward. I don't know which one it was, but I didn't know it was gonna do that, so I freaked out when that happened. But it was really fun once I stopped freaking out. I had a lot of fun with it. I like rides that do that. They mess with you a little bit. Like they drop all of a sudden or something like that. Like it's scary, but it's so exciting afterwards when you're like, whoa, that was so cool.
Thunder River, the world's first river rapids ride, would open at the park.
The first?
While a common ride type now, this was the first of its kind, and a huge get for Astroworld.
Really?
In 1983,
I like this kind of rides too.
An Intamin Drop Tower would debut in the Plaza de Fiesta section of the park.
I hate these a lot.
The tower was 143 feet tall and dropped guests down onto a piece of curved track. This same year, the Alpine Sleigh ride would close due to high maintenance costs, leaving the mountain abandoned. The ambitious ride had a 15-year run at Astroworld. 1983 would also see Waterworld, a separate water park, open next door. The park featured a standard array of slides and pools. A year later in 1984, Astroworld received the aero-suspended coaster XLR8, or Accelerate, which would be placed in the Plaza de Fiesta area.
This whole video just makes me want to go to like a theme park. I just want to go ride rides now. This just looks like so much fun.
Its track would dangle guests directly over the Lost World adventure, which had been renamed to the River of No Return. In its later years, the coaster would turn around some of its cars, allowing guests to choose between riding the coaster facing forward or backwards. This was also the time that Six Flags acquired the rights to the Looney Tunes characters from Warner Brothers.
Sick
and
idea.
Time Warner was becoming increasingly interested in the chain of theme parks. The Houston park was at the mercy of the Six Flags Corporation, but so far, it had treated Astroworld extremely well, constantly bringing new rides, attractions, and experiences. Six Flags was actively...
Yeah, it feels like they're just adding, like, some little things here and there right now that are just, like, enhancing the park. Nothing disastrous yet, but I guess something bad's gonna happen.
Making the park better, and they had more improvements planned for the coming years.
Oh, raccoon! Cute!
Long John Silver's.
No. This is where it all goes downhill. Nope, that's it. Pack it up. We're cooked. The park is cooked. It's over. 15 people just got food poisoning and they died. Just by looking at this image. I think half of chat just died of fish poisoning. Literally all I've ever heard about Long John Silver's, I've heard one person say it's okay. Every other person I've ever heard to talk about Long John Silver's has said they got food poisoning from here. It is so bad. Maybe Long John Silver's was good back in these days, but anyone who's ever been to Long John Silver's, they always got food poisoning afterwards. And they even said it wasn't like good. It's one thing if it's yummy and then you get food poisoning, but it was just like bad. And then they also got food poisoning, which is just a double whammy. I've never gone myself because you guys know I hate fish, so I don't have personal experience and I never will. But I've never heard a good thing about it.
Where your money goes along, Long John Silver's way.
This fall, make your visit to Astroworld go even further with super savings from Long John Silver's. Now through November 29th.
Super
Save
savings.
$4 on your Astroworld ticket. with
A whole
discount coupons from
$4.
Long John Silver's.
Wow.
Silver's, where your money goes along, Long John Silver's way.
You save $4 for the price of
In the mid
getting sent to the
1980s,
ER.
a dance club named Studio A would open in Astroworld because it seems that no theme park was safe from the 80s. A Houston
Oh my
MTV-style
God,
dance
what?
show would be shot here, named Video City. This is also the year that Halloween festivities would begin. In
Oh my
1987,
god, wait, those costumes were really cute actually.
a new attraction called Looping Starship would debut. A
Oh
year
my
later,
God,
the
no.
water ride Tidal
I can
Wave
never do
replaced
that.
the River of No Return, which had been rethemed to the wetlands a few years prior. This marked an end to the attraction's 20-year run. In 1989,
Oh,
a
no.
new steel coaster, Viper, opened in the Oriental Village. The coaster was 80 feet tall,
Ooh.
had a small tunnel on the first drop, and featured one inversion. The next year, another new coaster, Ultra Twister, would open. This unique ride was a
Oh,
pipeline roller coaster and
this
a
is where they
previously
start
operated
focusing on, like,
Six Flags
roller
Great
coaster
Adventure
stuff?
before being moved to the Houston Park. This was the only ride of its kind in the United States, as the coaster had
looks
originated
cool.
in Japan. In
Oh my God.
1993,
That's
Astroworld
crazy.
opened a major new attraction. The ride was named Batman the Escape. This stand-up coaster had been a
Oh,
resident at two previous Six
whoa.
Flags parks before making its way to Astroworld.
Standing.
Here, it would be themed to the DC comic superhero. The main villain of the ride was the Penguin, who was pursuing guests throughout the queue and the ride. The queue featured areas themed to Arctic Park and Gotham City cold storage. The coaster itself had
I
little
wonder-
theming apart from color and a short tunnel with strobe lights. The
I wonder if
attraction
you
was quite
actually had to
rough,
stand up
jostling
or,
guests
like,
throughout the ride, but it was
if the
extremely
restraint
popular
held you
despite
up a
this.
little bit.
Next to
It
Batman
must
the
have held you
Escape,
up a little
Six
bit.
Flags finally found a use for the abandoned mountain structure left over from the Alpine sleigh ride.
A new
This show
Batman?
building would become home to the Batcave. Guests on their way to
Aw,
Batman the Escape could walk
that is a good
inside Bruce
idea.
Wayne's secret lair and see some of his gadgets, the Batman suit, and even the Batmobile. The same year that Batman the Escape opened, Time Warner would complete its
I think I went on a Batman ride in California. This sounds familiar. I think I did go on a Batman ride in California, but I like barely remember it.
takeover of the Six Flags Corporation. Little changed for the Six Flags parks under the new management,
Aw,
as they've
the
been
Looney
using
Tunes are
Warner
so
Brothers
cute.
properties for years by then. The parks had nothing to worry about for the time being. However, this moment of peace would not last long.
Oh no. Oh no, everything went downhill in
1995, an indoor
1995.
coaster, the Mayan
Didn't it?
Mindbender, would open at Astroworld. This was a fairly tame ride, but the dark added an extra thrill to the experience and the extra theming was appreciated. A few years
Ooh.
later in 1998, an even more detailed attraction, a drop tower named Dungeon Drop, would
Oh
open.
hell no.
This ride was themed after a castle, and it had an
Oh
impressively
no.
themed queue.
That theme is so cool though. I would want to ride this, but I couldn't.
This year also saw the addition of Taz's Texas Tornado, a Schwarzkopf traveling coaster with multiple loops. But this was all
Wow.
minor news compared to what was happening to Six Flags as a whole. Time
Really?
Warner had been approached by a company named Premier Parks. The corporation, which had only begun operation in 1982, was purchasing as many regional amusement parks as corporately possible. After going public in 1996,
With
they
what
now had
money?
the funds necessary to purchase the Six Flags parks off of Time Warner's hands. Time Warner, which had recently begun selling other aspects of their business, agreed. Premier took control of
Oh,
all of the
no.
Six Flags parks, bringing the total number of amusement parks owned by the company to 31. Kieran
Whoa.
Burke, the chairman and CEO of Premier Parks, celebrated that this is a transforming transaction for Premier, making us the world's largest regional theme park
Oh
company. Premier began
no.
rebranding their existing parks with the Six Flags label, eventually
Okay.
dropping the name Premier altogether in favor of Six Flags Theme Parks Incorporated. Astroworld
Oh,
continued
I
operation
see.
as usual, hoping that the changes in the company would have only positive effects on the
I
30-year-old
don't think it
park.
does. I don't think it will. I think they're gonna come in here with like a fucking battering ram and and ram the whole thing down and replace it with some corporate bullshit. That's how it always goes, doesn't it? They're gonna take away all the good stuff. 2005.
Years after the acquisition by Premier, Six Flags Astroworld was virtually the same. The last major ride the park had received was 1999's serial thriller, a Vekoma suspended coaster. Apart from a couple of new carnival rides and a few repainted attractions,
oh my god, they're getting
Astroworld was
flipped like a
stagnant.
pancake.
The park had undergone a lot of change in the past 37 years. Many fan-favorite attractions were removed, such as Excalibur in 1998 and even the Astroworld in 2000. Still, the majority of the park's signature attractions remained, including Dungeon Drop, Looping Starship, Tidal Wave, Thunder River,
That wave
the
is
Astroway,
crazy.
Bamboo Chute, the Antique Taxis, the 610 Limited, Mayan Mindbender, Grease Lightning, Batman the Escape,
Grease
Accelerate,
Lightning.
Viper, Serpent, and the Texas Cyclone.
This is so many.
The park had entertained many guests in the nearly 40 years it had operated. While the park had been receiving less attention and experiencing more issues, it was still beloved by the citizens of Houston and the guests that visited, and none of them could have expected what was about to happen.
Oh.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. 37 years of Houston history have come to a close.
Six Flags Astroworld shut down for good this evening. While they said it would happen about 6, it took longer because some fans just didn't want to say goodbye.
11 News reporter Jeremy Diesel was there tonight for the final ride. He joins us now to tell us about the end. Jeremy.
How, what?
It took about 2 extra hours to
And
get
it's so
folks out of the
suddenly.
lines for those rides and out of the park. Certainly, Astroworld over the years has been known for all of its thrills and its screams, and on closing day, you can add tears to the list.
On September 12, 2005, CEO Kieran Burke announced that Astroworld would not reopen for the 2006 season. Many reasons were cited for its closure, including decreased quality of staff, increasingly rude guests, decreased attendance, and an unfortunate...
Like, it's a valid reason, but stating our guest just got like ruder. He's like, this is your fault that we're closing. Just saying that to people at closing night, that's crazy. You people suck. We're out of here. And also, they said that they had decrease in quality of staff. Guys, you're the one hiring them. What are you talking about? Just hire better people. What?
Since Astroworld was separated from the Astro Domain after Six Flags acquired it, the park had been leasing parking from the complex. Unfortunately, when the Houston Texans were created in 2002, a new stadium was built next to the existing Astrodome.
Oh, no.
This would not only be used for football games, but it would also host Houston's biggest events, including the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. This caused parking
what?
disputes between Astroworld and the new stadium. All of these issues led Six Flags to decide that it was time to close the park.
Oh,
Or
man.
maybe it was something else. Perhaps all of the aforementioned issues were not just a series of misfortunes Six Flags had to endure. It was quite the opposite, really. While Six Flags was quick to point out all of the problems the park was facing, they did not mention that their company was in over $2 billion of debt. Premier had not stopped purchasing parks after obtaining Six Flags.
Oh,
the company continued
no.
its acquisitions, both in the US and abroad, at a rate that was unsustainable. The
What did
tipping
they
point
think
came
was
in the
gonna
early
happen?
2000s, with the company's debt becoming so massive that shareholders began to take notice. In an attempt to avoid bankruptcy, Six Flags began selling off many of their international parks, and looked within the US to see which ones they could do without. Astroworld, which had been long neglected,
They couldn't stop
caught their
spending
attention,
money.
despite the issues being their own fault. Poor management could be attributed to no attention from corporate. Weak attendance was because there was little to no investments made in the park for nearly a decade, and the rude behavior by guests could be due to the park decreasing their season pass price, turning the park into a cheap babysitting service for parents in the area. Also, there were many potential solutions to the parking dispute, but Six Flags, now possessed by a company with an itchy
How much
trigger
was the
finger and
ticket?
$2 billion of self-imposed debt, saw their window. Since Astroworld was directly next door to Houston's brand new sports and events complex, the company believed that this was a perfect time to sell, as the property value for the surrounding area to the stadium was at its highest. They expected to receive $150 million for the land, and planned to send many of Astroworld's attractions to different parks, which would potentially increase revenue at those locations. Astroworld would see its final guests on October 30th,
That makes
2005,
sense,
and demolition would
guess.
begin the very next day. Some of the rides, such as
Whoa.
Dungeon Drop,
They closed the park and they said, "Okay, guys, get out of here. we've got the wrecking ball on the way. It's like 5 minutes down the highway. So yeah, we're about to demolish this shit." They didn't even give it time to breathe.
Tidal
Damn.
Wave, Serial Thriller, Batman the Escape, Mayan Mindbender, and Grease Lightning were relocated. Others were not so lucky. Casualties included Thunder River, Bamboo Shoot, the Astroway, Accelerate, Viper, Serpent, and even the Texas Cyclone. Many of the relocated rides never reopened and remained in storage. Many of those that did resume operation have since closed. The demolition of Astroworld cost around $20 million, and the land was sold to a local land development firm for only $77 million, nearly half of what Six Flags expected. This prompted the firing of Kieran Burke, and a new CEO was left to deal with the mess. The following years would be difficult for Six Flags, with many of the parks being closed or stripped of the company's branding. But Astroworld's story was already over. As of 2018, the lot formerly occupied by the park is empty, and is rarely utilized apart from infrequent special events.
Wait, there's nothing
It is used
there?
occasionally, and ironically,
Even now?
for additional parking for the stadium across the interstate.
Oh my god, that's
the neighboring
crazy.
Astrodome saw a similar fate, and now sits unused, leaving nearly the entire Astro domain abandoned. Astroworld is a rare instance of an entire park being demolished, and it is especially shocking given its size.
Man.
Not only were numerous rides and attractions lost, but the world that they inhabited was lost as well. It is not ruined, it is not abandoned, it is just gone. The loss of the park has left a hole in the hearts of many locals, especially as
Wait. Oh, Travis Scott had an album called Astroworld.
they celebrate what would have been its 50th birthday. While Astroworld may have been physically destroyed, it lives on in the memories of those lucky enough to have visited, and those that yearn
Not
to go
me.
back to Houston's wonderful world of fun.
I was not one of those.
Let your troubles slide away.
Let's
get happy for
that was a good video.
Astroworld is waiting
I've learned
for
a
you
lot.
Anytime you say.
Oh man, now it kind of makes me even sadder about what I was talking about with Six Flags earlier. How their theming was just like so bad. It feels like the theming for this park was so good, but I wonder if the theming was so messy and all over the place to the Six Flags in California that I went to because of all of this like corporate nonsense going on that they just haven't invested in like making it nice basically. Damn, R.I.P. Rip Astroworld. You live on in our hearts.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Kevin, it's time. It's time to sell out. Again.
Oh, wait. An ad? Oh. That was an interesting ending. I don't know what that meant. I thought he was about to go into like an ad read, but it's just the end of the video. I guess we don't get an ad read. That was good. I liked learning about that because I feel like I don't know anything about Six Flags other than like the commercial from way back when and then that one news story where somebody died. So that was nice. It started with a dream and unfortunately ended in corporate, as all dreams do. Hi! Thank you so much for watching! If you liked it, please don't forget to give a like to the video and subscribe to my channel! I also stream live on Twitch, so follow me on Twitch and turn on notifications to know when I go live. I hope to see you there!